Page 233 of the rotations. The figure across shows the elevation and plan of a flag containing a logo. The design contains an equilateral triangle, a regular hexagon and a regular octagon. The flag is flying in an easterly direction. Draw the given elevation. On the same XY line, draw the elevation when the flag is flying in a southwesterly direction as indicated by the dotted line in plan. So this is a straightforward rotations question. We've got our flag flying easterly, meaning it's facing to the right when we look at it in plan. It's going to rotate and we have to draw it in a new position in plan, our southwesterly position, which is just a 45-degree angle, and then we have to draw our new elevation. We're going to start the question by drawing the outline and this circle in the center. Its overall height is 120. It's broken up into 6 equal sections of 20, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. When we look at that, it means that the circle has a diameter of 80, or we draw a radius 40. So we're going to start by just rotating the flag and that circle to show how we do a circle correctly. Alright, an important thing here is the sheet needs to be put on vertically. So it's very high, but it's not very wide, so make sure you put the sheet on vertically. We have the flag drawn in elevation and plan. We've got the new position of the plan, which we said was a 45-degree angle down here. I've labelled the 4 corners A, B, C and D, and we'll just run through rotating the flag, or the outline of the flag, very quickly. So A and B are brought down to plan, C and D brought down to plan. To rotate C and D around, as always, the compass goes on the hinge point and we rotate around CD. So we find the new position of CD in plan. We redraw those points in elevation. So bring C and D straight up to our elevation. And we bring point C across and point D across as well. So D comes straight across, we get point D. C comes straight across, we get point C. So we have the new outline for the flag. Next up, we're going to rotate the circular section. So I want to show you how we rotate the circular section correctly. We've got a circle, we need to find points on it. To correctly do that, we divide it up 60-30. So I'm going to very, very lightly, so you can barely see it, label vertical and horizontal. So we're going to divide it into 12. Vertical and horizontal, and then with our 30-degree set square we're going to draw our angles. So 30, I'll rotate it again and we just keep drawing through the center. 2 more points and keep rotating the set square around, and the last one through the center. So what you should end up with is our 12 points. I label those now. Points are labelled in the elevation. I have to find those points in the plan view. So I come along and I bring those straight down. 1 and 7 are going to line up. So I take 1 and 7 straight down and I label it on the plan. 1 and 7. 2 and 6 are going to line up. So when I bring down, 2 and 6 are going to be here. 3 and 5, same thing, I bring the points down, we get 3 and 5. Next point over is just 4, and I bring 4 down. And the same for the other points. So 12 and 8 will be down here, 9 and 11 are going to line up, and then 10 are going to be on the outside. The rest of the points are brought down, so 12 and 8 line up and are here in plan, 11 and 9 and point 10 on the end. We're doing the same process for moving each of these points. So I'll do point 1 first, then I'll do point 2, and then you can do them all the exact same. So again, compass point at the hinge, which is AB, stretch it out, point number 1. Rotate the point around to the new position. That gives me point 1. Bring it back up into elevation. And again, the height of point 1 won't change from the old to the new elevation. Here's the old height, the new height will be the same. So I just bring 1 across. And we get point 1 in elevation. Point 2, the same. Here's point 2. It came down to plan. We're rotating it. Again, compass point at AB. Rotate point 2 into the new position. And we have point 2. Up to our elevation. And the height doesn't change. So 2 comes across. I'll do a third point. Number 3 again came down. Here's 3. It rotates into the new position. We have 3. Swing it around about. We get point 3. Back up to the elevation. So you can see it's the same process repeated over and over and over. Point 3, the height will stay the same. And we're starting to get the shape of the curve done out. All the other points are done the same. That's all the points done. Again, if you're finding it a little bit confusing, we'll say for example I want to find point 6. What I can do is bring my point up and bring 6 across. And it can be a little bit confusing to figure out where the two lines are going to cut. So to figure that out, I put my set square back where 6 is, so back in plan, and then I can follow my construction line across and just get it to hit the set square, and that'll give me 0.6. We should end up with an elliptical shape, so a squashed up circle, and it's just a matter of joining that up. To draw the octagon shape, the quickest and easiest way is to base it on a circle. So from the center, we've had our diagonals drawn. From the center, we're going to draw a light line across to give me my point on the right and the left, and a vertical line through the center to give me my top and my bottom. We'll draw a circle, the full width of the square, and I'll draw it in lightly. It's not part of the drawing, it's just a construction line that we'll use to set up the octagon. Our 8 points now are the points on the top, bottom, left and right, and where the diagonal cuts the circle. So here are my 8 points. So to draw in the octagon shape, it's just a matter of joining up each of those points. You don't need to complete the full question. You can rotate this octagon now yourselves, and that'll be enough of the question done. So you can leave out the triangle and the hexagon. Label up those points, take them to plan, rotate them, and find your new elevation. That'll be the question complete.